Mr. Chairman and members of the Commission, last week we passed S. 2332, the Media Ownership Act of 2007. My record in this area is long, and obviously one that I feel very strongly about. So you know how I feel about FCC moving in this area. And I've made all the typical arguments, timing argument, localism. I've made clear my concerns about cross-ownership. I have real questions about justification for it and motives of some of those that are trying to merge, not of the Commission. I mean, you're trying to have, a process that is fair. It was noted by Commissioner Tate and others that you had lots and lots of hearings, but I still don't see why you need to force this thing to head December the 18th. Not because you're going to change a lot of opinions by waiting a little bit more, but because you take the argument away. I've tried to force feed things in my life and in this institution. It doesn't work. Just a little patience, a little more time. Why give us an argument to attack you on? Run the string out on localism. And it's been educational for me. I think some of my concerns, some of my arguments about, localism have been addressed, and we haven't lost as much localism as maybe I thought we had, but I still really concerned about the continued erosion in that area. So I would plead with you to take a little more time, take away that argument, and then you're going to probably come to the same conclusion, which I will certainly still disagree with, and will, from a distance, will be supporting Dorgan, still trying to block cross-ownership. I thought the reason for trying to get this done was it was tied to the Tribune waiver. I didn't quite get that. My argument was, and by the way, I don't have any particular concerns or affection or angst about the Tribune. If it's justified, give them a waiver. If it's not, don't. I don't think they're tied together. Now you've given them the waiver, so what's the hurry? So I think that argument has been pulled away a degree. Really simply. Oh, and one thing that really confuses me, the FCC is worrying about the financial condition of the newspapers? What? I just don't quite, I looked at the law. I don't see where this is an area you should be, that engaged. It's communications. I'm not sure that print is included in that, but here's the other thing. I don't get why Republicans would be crying alligator tears over newspapers having problems. What? What are you doing? Look, they're losing readership because times have changed. It's technology. It's also because they give so much garbage, people get tired of, putting up with it. In my area, we buy them to wrap our mullet with. Do I hope they survive? Sure. But, I mean, goodness gracious, I want to make sure we do have diversity in media, and diversity in choices, and fairness. And yes, I do think it's important we have a maximum opportunity for all sectors of our economy, men and women, minorities, to be involved in this. So I just, you have suggested, or it's been suggested, maybe, well, we'll limit it to, I guess, what, 20 biggest markets. But I do think there's a lot of loopholes. The language is very mushy. I think maybe you've indicated that you are willing to make some changes on that, and I hope you would do that. One final point before I ask a couple of questions, and I don't want to take too much time, is the Universal Service Fund, too. This is a very critical area in my state and a lot of states. I think Congress needs to decide what we want to do in the future on universal service. I'd rather you wouldn't do it. There's no question in my mind that after Katrina, and the Katrina effect has affected a lot of my emotional feelings about a lot of things, but the towers we had in rural and coastal areas in Mississippi, thanks to USF and Cellular South, without it, we wouldn't have been able to communicate with anybody. And I hope that you will be careful about, capping one sector of the fund, a section of the fund, rather than addressing a comprehensive package. You've already done it. Basically, you capped 52%, and I hope that you'll ease up on that. Now, just a couple of questions before I yield my time. Mr. Chairman, to you, you had indicated that you would be willing to work to close the loopholes in this media cross-ownership proposal that exists for smaller markets. Would you confirm that again and maybe kind of suggest what some of those solutions might be?